Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Today, we're diving into a topic that's literally in the air around us: air pollution and its control. But this isn't just another science lesson. We're talking about the air you breathe every second, why it's becoming toxic, how it's silently damaging your health, and what India, especially Delhi, has done to fight back. So stay till the end, because this episode might just change the way you see smoke, cars, and even noise. Why is air pollution increasing? Let's start with the basics. Over the last 100 years, our population has exploded. That means more people needing homes, food, water, roads, electricity, and vehicles. And what's the cost of all this rapid development? Pressure on natural resources and pollution of air, water, and soil. Now remember, pollution is any undesirable change in the physical, chemical, or biological properties of our environment. And the agents causing these changes are called pollutants. To stop this environmental damage, the Indian government passed the Environment Protection Act in 1986. This act was aimed at protecting our air, water, and soil. What is air pollution, and how does it affect us, you might wonder? Well, we breathe air for survival. It's our life support. But what happens when that very air turns poisonous? Air pollutants include tiny particulate matter, harmful gases, and smoke released from thermal power plants, industries, vehicles, and the burning of garbage and fossil fuels. These pollutants can cause respiratory diseases, stunted plant growth, crop failure, and even premature death in humans and animals. Controlling air pollution from industries. How does it work, you ask? Industries and thermal power plants release a mix of harmless gases like nitrogen and oxygen along with harmful pollutants. So, how do we filter the bad from the good? Alright, let's dive into two brilliant technologies. First up, we have electrostatic precipitators. These are incredible devices that remove over 99% of particulate matter. They function using wires with very high voltage that produce what's known as a corona discharge. This process releases electrons, which then attach to dust particles, giving them a negative charge. The magic happens when these negatively charged particles are attracted to oppositely charged collecting plates, and voila, clean air moves out. Now, where are these electrostatic precipitators used, you might wonder? Well, they are widely employed in power plants and various industrial setups. Moving on to the second technology, scrubbers. These are essential for removing harmful gases such as sulfur dioxide. The way they work is quite fascinating. The polluted exhaust is sprayed with water or lime, which effectively absorbs the harmful gases, allowing the clean air to escape. PM 2.5, the invisible killer. Here's something scarier, honestly. Even after filtering, some pollutants are just way too small to catch. These are called PM 2.5, particles with a size of 2.5 micrometers or less. Think about this for a second. A human hair is about 50 to 70 micrometers wide. These particles are like 20 times smaller and can easily enter deep into your lungs, causing breathing issues, lung inflammation, chronic respiratory diseases, and, even early death. Air pollution from vehicles is, well, a huge problem. In major cities, automobiles are really the main culprits of air pollution. More cars mean more emissions of carbon monoxide, unburnt hydrocarbons, nitric oxide, and particulate matter. But there's a fix. First, the use of lead-free petrol and diesel. Lead is a heavy metal, toxic to both the environment and humans. Second, catalytic converters in cars. These are fitted into vehicle exhausts and contain platinum, palladium, and rhodium. They convert harmful gases into harmless ones. Carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide, unburnt hydrocarbons to carbon dioxide and water, and nitric oxide to nitrogen gas. But remember, catalytic converters only work with unleaded fuel because lead destroys the catalyst. Noise pollution, the unseen air pollutant. Yes, you heard that right. Noise is also an air pollutant. The Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, amended in 1987, officially included noise as a pollutant. Loud noises, from horns, construction, DJs, fireworks, can cause stress, loss of sleep, increased heartbeat, hearing damage, and in extreme cases, even permanent deafness. For example, A jet engine sound of 150 decibels can rupture eardrums in seconds. So, what can we do? Well, we can make schools and hospitals horn-free zones, limit loudspeaker usage timings, set decibel limits for crackers, and use sound-absorbent materials in industries. So, let's talk about Delhi as a case study in air pollution control. Back in the 1990s, Delhi was actually ranked as the fourth most polluted city in the world. The vehicle count there was, believe it or not, more than Gujarat and West Bengal combined. So what exactly happened next? Well, a public interest litigation, or PIL, was filed in the Supreme Court, which basically forced the government to take action. Delhi's breakthrough steps included converting all public buses to CNG, which is compressed natural gas, phasing out old vehicles, introducing unleaded petrol, promoting low-sulfur fuels, making catalytic converters mandatory, and enforcing pollution norms for all vehicles. These were some really big moves. So why is CNG better? Well, it burns cleanly, is cheaper than diesel or petrol, and cannot be adulterated. It's also harder to steal and leaves very little residue. By the year 2005, Delhi's air quality had improved drastically, with a sharp fall in carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide levels. Bharat Stage Emission Standards, Cleaner Fuel for a Cleaner Future. The Government of India introduced a roadmap through the auto fuel policy. The goal is simple: cleaner engines plus cleaner fuel equals cleaner air. Bharat Stage standards, much like the Euro norms, are in place. Bharat Stage 2 is already outdated. Euro 3 capped sulfur at 350 parts per million in diesel and 150 parts per million in petrol. The future target is to reduce this to 50 parts per million, with only 35% aromatic hydrocarbons. This also means upgrading engines to support cleaner fuels. So, what can you do? Choose public transport or carpool. Use electric or hybrid vehicles if possible, and don't burn garbage. Say no to noise pollution, especially during festivals, maintain your vehicle regularly, and raise awareness. Every small change helps, and when a city like Delhi can change, so can we. If you found this video helpful, informative, and thought-provoking, then your one like, share, and subscribe will help us create more valuable content. This is Knowledge Chronicle. See you in the next episode.